Org charts. What are they? Who needs an org chart? And what can you do with an org chart? This is the Chartloop channel where we talk about org charts, how recruiters, salespeople can use them to drive business. I'm Sean, and today we're going to talk about what is an org chart. So an org chart is a visual representation of what your company looks like, how it's organized, who sits at the very top. Usually it starts with a CEO, president, or managing director, all the way down to frontline employees. Every company has a different type of hierarchy. On our next video, we're going to be talking more about different types, structures. There's matrix, there's functional, there's flat org charts, and these are very relevant today in the modern workforce. And an org chart helps you do many things, both strategic and tactical things here in your company. We're going to delve into that. First, let's talk about the history of org chart. The org chart was invented in 1856 by David McCallum, who was a railroad engineer. He wasn't a software exec or a management person, but beyond being a railroad engineer, he took a big part in the Civil War, where he helped the Union build their supply lines with the railroads, and he was an early pioneer of all kinds of management practices and org charts. And the first org chart that he constructed was for the New York and Erie Railroad, which was a massive corporation at the time, had many different branches, managers, lines, and he created a beautiful representation, which you can see here, of the New York and Erie Railroad. And that was a model for many companies. It didn't pick up for many years, but nowadays every company has an org chart of their own, which they use internally for sure. And more so, individuals are creating external org charts to understand also how companies around them are organized. So now let's talk a little bit about why org charts are important and what can you do with an org chart. So thinking about who would be the user and what they would do with this. So first of all, thinking about a CEO of a company. If I am the CEO of Nike, or even a small company with 4 or 5 employees, or even an individual, I want to know what my plans are for the coming year, for the coming quarter. I need to plan my budget. Do I need to hire more people? Do I need to fire anybody? What is the budget? What are the revenue goals that I need to reach in order to support my team, my org chart? Startup founder, if you're looking to raise money for an idea that you have, you need to be able to say, in order to execute my idea, I need to have 10 people on my team, which will cost me $1 million in salaries per year. That's a number that I made up. And that's a number you share with your investors and with your own plan. And then you can see, okay, how am I progressing? Did I hire the people that I was looking for? How much was each employee costing me? These will be great to inform your plan. Another very good use case is not even for your company. If you're an employee and you're on the job market, you're interviewing for a new role, or you're thinking of joining a company, before joining into the fray, understand who are you reporting to, right? Your potential manager. Where in the org chart do they fall? Are they very high up? Are they low down? Who are going to be your colleagues? This will help you to kind of understand what the situation is you're getting into ahead of time. Another very use case, the flip side of this, is if you're hiring, right? If you're a manager in a company or an HR team, you want to have an org chart and say, okay, here's our team today. We have 20 people on our team, but we're missing one engineer for this product line, or we need to hire another accountant or another engineer. This will help you understand your current situation and how you want to extend your team or even contract it. A very cool use case, which is a novel one, which is starting to become more popular, is what they call CI, competitive intelligence. So this is not used in order to hire people or to plan, your internal departments and structure, but I'm trying to learn from my competitors. So for example, Facebook might look at Apple and see, how are their teams built? What is the structure? What works very well for them? Or what actually doesn't work well? Can we learn from some of their mistakes? And then can we learn of their changes over time, and then see kind of the flow of a competitor's traffic. And oftentimes when for example, Facebook hires a lot of people from Apple, and vice versa, or ServiceNow hires a lot of people from Salesforce. So you would want to be tracking those org charts very, very closely. And this is something you can do very easily with Chartloop by creating external org charts to track companies. Another use case around this is for salespeople. So salespeople are looking to find people with decision-making criteria, with budgets that they own and can decide on in order to sell to them. You don't want to be reaching out to somebody who's extremely passionate about your product, but has no budget, has no ability to buy what you're doing. So the org chart could tell you, you want to be talking to this VP or director who has the right type of clout and and budget who can write a check for your product. So these were some of the ways to use org charts and the problems that you look to solve and the people that would really be using an org chart. You can check out Chartloop. You can see exactly how with a few clicks you can create the org chart of any company, and it can help you to solve a lot of these use cases. And please comment below if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about what is your favorite org chart.